Hey everybody, it's the Aris1999 coming back at you with another video. Last time we went over activity in between adventures, and this time we're going to go over dungeon exploration. Dungeons are a major part of the game. After all, it's a part of the title, Dungeons and Dragons, and for a lot of campaigns, a majority of the gameplay will be spent inside of a dungeon. Now, what exactly is a dungeon, you may be wondering? Basically, a dungeon can be seen as any closed-in area with dangers in it where a part of your adventure will take place. A dungeon can range from an old mine shaft to a giant tree to a haunted castle. There are a number of ways that you could end up in a dungeon. The cliche, usual way is that your party is at a bar and an NPC tells you that you should go check it out to get the treasure or deal with some bad guys in there. Some other ways could be that you find a treasure map that leads you to the dungeon, or maybe you stumble upon it accidentally, or you get taken there forcibly. Once inside, you'll have dangers that you'll have to contend with. There could be any number of monsters crawling throughout the dungeon that you have to fight. There could also be traps set up throughout the dungeon. These could be things like giant rolling stones out to crush you, trapdoors, or a giant swinging axe. Now, all traps will have some trigger that if you work around properly you can avoid. For instance, there could be a tripwire that you have to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid. And puzzles will be a big part of dungeons. You may have to figure out how to arrange a set of ancient statues to unlock a door, and if you do it wrong, this could be the trigger for a trap that causes darts to shoot out everywhere. Now, these dungeons are full of dangers, but if you can make it past those dangers, you'll be able to find some treasures. Now, treasure can be seen as any sort of... I'm kidding, I'm not going to define what treasure is for you. I think you can figure that much out on your own. The most common type of treasure is going to be some type of gold, but you could also find items. The DM may have specific treasures in mind for you to stumble across in the dungeon. If not, he or she can roll for it off of a treasure table. These tables are available online or in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Depending on the challenge the party might have faced, the DM may choose an appropriate treasure table and then roll a D100 to figure out the loot. These tables are sorted alphabetically, with the higher letters having better treasure. You could end up with a common healing potion or a very powerful magic item. Another type of treasure is a key. The dungeon could be set up with a number of challenges throughout it, and after each challenge the party gets a key, and once they collect all of the keys they can progress to the final area. After you make it through the challenges of the dungeon, solve puzzles, fight monsters, you'll usually end up in some sort of boss chamber. This will be what the dungeon was leading up to. The boss should of course coincide with the theme of the dungeon. If you're in a pyramid, then you might fight a mummy lord. If you're in a crypt, you could face a vampire. But as the name of the game implies, the boss could also end up being a dragon in the dungeon. And yeah, that's pretty much all for now. This is a pretty broad subject, so I just gave the basics, and we're actually almost done with this tutorial series. I plan on doing a few more videos for it and then branching out to more D&D related content. Next time we're going to be going over how to form an adventuring party. Until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me what you think down in the comment section. Bye!